All right, it is April 3rd. Just finished up the Elite Eight games. I'm Jake. That's Will. This is Stat Legs Hoops. And let's go ahead and jump into it. Anything of these Elite Eight games stick out to you?
Got to start off with the Vols, our squad. The magical season came to an abrupt halt when it ran into National Player of the Year, Zach Edey. There's a lot of discourse on social media about the officiating of this game. So if I'm that much on the side of, everybody was, of course, talking about how Zach Edey shot more free throws than all of Tennessee's team. But I kind of think that's just, in a way, I think there were definitely some questionable calls, obviously, but it's also a testament to him, It's been like that for 2 years now, and, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If they're going to keep officiating that way, who can blame him for playing that way?
Yeah, I agree. I think that a lot of people say that if I was that tall, I would be that good at basketball. No, they wouldn't. He's a skilled big man that knows how to use his size. And he's shown the ability to make free throws repetitively, just playing into the strength of his game, just being a menace in the paint. And then also, I agree, the officiating wasn't that bad to me. The crazy part about this game was the rebounding total. I don't even know how Tennessee kept in it. We were out-rebounded by 20. So, three-pointers kept Tennessee in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Purdue played the better game, and overall they deserved to win this game. I don't think that we should blame this one on the refs, and I don't think that crowd should participate in it. But that's my humble opinion.
Everything we can say all we want about how awesome of a basketball player Zach Edey is, but watching him, even when it isn't against Tennessee, is just absolutely brutal. I think both those can be true at the same time. He's awesome, but it's the worst type of basketball to watch.
Tough watch, for sure. But it's effective. So, if I'm a Purdue fan, I'm just sitting back and playing the villain.
Keep going.
No, that's it. Just play the villain. Own up to it.
But here's the thing. There's another team who got a win in the Elite Eight, NC State, with a big man, DJ Burns, who, kind of in a way, the offense runs through him in the post. Kind of in that way, plays similarly to Zach Edey. But in the complete opposite way, he has, the most fun game in the world to watch.
He is so fun to watch. And it seems like he always has some sort of answer or move for whatever the defense is throwing at him. If he gets doubled, he somehow finds a skip pass across the court for a wide open three or some sort of cutter. If not, then he'll just go to work and consistently score on whoever's guarding him. He made Kyle Filipowski look like he's never played defense before. It was honestly,
he fouled out. He fouled out with 5 minutes left, right?
It was nuts because DJ looks like the slower player, but his skill is it's unbelievable. He's fun to watch, but Duke really struggled. I really don't understand how DJ doesn't consistently get scored on time over time. He can't guard. Why don't people attack that?
Obviously, Horn has played really well. And I saw a tweet that I didn't know was true. Rob Dillingham was committed to NC State before he committed to Kentucky. Imagine if you threw Rob Dillingham on the squad. But then they probably wouldn't have. They probably would have been a tourney team either way. They wouldn't have needed the ACC tournament run they had. So it might not be as magical if he was on that squad. But man, because he's also one of the most fun players in the country. So throw him in the mix. I think it would have been awesome.
I think it'd be so funny to see DJ try to get up and down the floor with how fast Rob Dillingham in Kentucky plays. It would be he would have to get in a little bit better shape. I don't know if he would make the whole game, but that would be so fun to watch. NC State is rolling, and honestly, I didn't expect it. I don't think anybody expected it. But DJ in the paint, whenever somebody gets in there, he just throws his arms up, and it seems like the best defense in the world because no one seemingly scores on him, and it's going to
get tested on Saturday. He's going to – they'll be guarding each other, right? Edey and Burns?
Yeah, in a way, it'll be like the most interesting matchup. The best meme on the internet right now is Taco Fall. We've all seen it, and that overweight little kid
Yeah,
that's just looking up at him, and it just says
yeah.
DJ Burns versus Zach Eady on Sunday or Saturday, whenever it is.
That video
I
was
can't
funny
wait
when it
for it.
first came out, and like it's the fact that it's so applicable in this instance makes it even funnier. But yeah, on the other side of the bracket, there were three teams with orange in the Elite Eight, and it didn't go well for any of them. The Vols, and then Illinois and Clemson, obviously. Uh, Illinois and UConn were. It was 23-23, and then UConn went on a 30-0 run. Was it 23-23 at halftime?
No, it was the 30-point run started in the end of the first half. I was
End of the
watching
first
it.
half. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was brutal. I was actually on Illinois and Clemson, so bad night for me. But yeah, just it doesn't really feel like anybody's gonna be able to beat UConn right now. I mean, they're like minus 200 to win the national championship before they win their Final Four game, which is obviously insane. Donovan Clingan is playing the best basketball of his life right now. He's trending to be a top 10 pick. I think everybody kind of wants to see him versus Edie in the Natty. Um, anything stuck out to you from that game?
I don't really know what could stick out. It was extremely competitive for a while there, and Illinois actually had an early lead, and then it just seemed I don't even know how to describe it. It was like Illinois forgot to play basketball and continuously just kept on trying to shoot layups at Donovan Clingan, and Donovan Clingan was just. It seemed like he just couldn't not have a block or somehow affect the shot. It was just he was everywhere. It was crazy. But UConn's fun to watch, regardless. It sucked because Illinois was also fun to watch, and I had high hopes for this game, but it puts in perspective how good UConn is. So good for them. Zach Eady and him in the Natty would be awesome. But you said you bet on Clemson. I too bet on Clemson, and really, I think what killed them was the free throws, and I think Mark Sears hit 6 or 7 threes in a row. It's like both of those games just flipped so fast. But what stuck out to you in that game, and how good is Alabama looking right now?
Throws were just a killer. Because it felt like Clemson shot it fine. I just pulled it up. They were significantly worse from three for Bama, but they were slightly better from the field. And then going 8 for 16 from the free throw line in the Elite Eight. You can't do that. Ian Shufflin, 4 for 8. Ian Shufflin, where he was at the press conference with his coach, and he was like, "Yeah, one of my teammates said I looked like Kobe," and and the coach, it wasn't after the game, it was after their last game, and the coach like grabbed the mic and goes, "Probably shouldn't compare yourself to Kobe Bryant." It's funny. Yeah, Joe Girard shot it well. That was fun. I'm assuming this had to be his last year, right? I feel like he's been in college for 15 years.
I
Was he
hope not.
still?
That guy has the quickest trigger ever on him. His pull up 3-pointer. It's like if you give him any space, it's going up. But I would agree it has to be his last year. He's been in him. This entire team seems like they've been in college forever. PJ Halls feels like he's been at Clemson for a long time too. Kind of sad. High expectations for the team. Kind of seemed like they picked it up at the end, but overall, I don't even know if you would call that a disappointing season for Clemson. I mean, they made it to the Elite Eight, but they just didn't play well the whole year.
Jaron Stevenson, just some casual 6'11" freshman that Bama has on their bench. He averages like 5. He came in 7-11 from the field, 5 of 8 from 3, 19 in 25 minutes. Casual. So that definitely didn't help.
It was nuts because he airballed his first 3. I don't know if you were
Oh,
watching.
yeah, he did. No, yeah,
First
he
3
did.
in
I
the
remember
corner.
that.
They threw it to him. Bad airball. It was long and it was right. And then after that, it was like It was like Jameis Winston after he had the LASIK eye surgery. He could see clearly. So, I don't know. I mean, that was a weird game to watch. The tide just completely flipped. What's up?
About this box score, I just noticed Mark Sears shot 0 free throws, 23 points of just buckets. So, yeah, I mean, Bama's playing great. They can obviously score it with anybody when they get going. I mean, it's just kind of, are they going to get going? I wouldn't even say they've, like, played better defense because, I mean, they're giving up 80-plus to Clemson. They just outscored them. And Clemson, you know, if they make free throws, they're at 90. But I don't know. If anybody's going to beat UConn, it might as well be Bama on a night where they just make a million threes, you know?
It'll be interesting to see if they'll switch up their game plan of just only shooting layups and threes, because Illinois tried to do that. It did not work out for them. It'll be exciting to watch. I think that they'll run a little bit more than Illinois did. I mean, UConn could score almost like 120 points on them if they shoot it well. So, I don't know. We'll see. It'll be a fun game to watch.
Bama needs to have a great night, and UConn needs to have a not great night. Which just isn't very likely, you know?
But we're about to talk about some unlikely best bets brought to you by Stat Athletics Hoops. We're going to see if we can't sprinkle a little bit out there, make some extra dollars. Will has a bunch of long shots. I have a little bit more lower odds. Will, hit us with some of your more fun Final Four bets.
Disclaimer. There is going to be some of these bets that contradict each other, which I have no excuse for that. It's just kind of dumb, and I thought these were all fun. By no means am I saying to tell these. I am going to bet all of these for what it's worth, just because, you know, it would be super cool if one of them hit. The one that I feel really good about, NC State over Bama in the national championship, exact outcome. So NC State and Bama both have to win their Final Four games, and NC State has to win the national championship. But the price is plus 6,000. If DJ Burns can get Zach Edey into foul trouble like he did Kyle Filipowski, and I know that's completely different because Zach Edey does such a good job of not fouling, but NC State just feels magical. And I see a possibility where Bama beats UConn. Like, I can just kind of visualize it. You know, that's just one of those complete shot in the dark, hope for the best. So, yeah, NC State over Bama in the national championship plus 6,000. That's my first one.
I think it's ludicrous that you took your hard-earned, cold, hard cash and in sober mindset placed a wager on that.
No unit shaming.
That's crazy.
25 for 1,500. All I need is to pick 3 games correctly. 25 for 1,500.
You took $25 and lit it on fire. But next level shot because your picks are more fun than mine.
The next one?
Yeah.
But kind of in the same lane, I have a couple more for Bama in the Bama-UConn game. I like Bama race to 10 points plus 160. I just think Bama's going to come out with nothing to lose, hang it all out there. UConn's going to be in a more protective, safe mode, probably trying to, you know, slow it a little bit at the beginning, maybe not play as fast as Bama. I think Bama might jump on them. So Bama race to 10 plus 160. And then Bama to win the game. I obviously think if Bama gets this win, it's going to be close. And I, for whatever reason, have a sneaky feeling Bama's going to win. So Alabama to win by 1-5 plus 1,000.
I don't mind the Bama to win plus 15 or no plus 1,000, but 1-5. I don't mind that at all. The race to 10 points. I also have Bama race to 5 points plus 160. I think that is just a complete coin flip, and Bama is just proven to just fire off shots out of the gate, not really caring what the quality of look is. Say one goes in, UConn's going to try to ease into the game like they did with Illinois. They haven't been starting. Well, I take that back. They've been starting fast, but against a quality opponent like Illinois, they didn't start fast. So maybe the same goes. On sort of the same wavelength, though, I love the method of first basket, Bama 3-pointer plus 500.
Ooh.
I think that they're going to get one up. pretty fast and not test Donovan Clingan right out of the gate. I could see them drawing something up. Nate Oates coming off the screen. Mark Sears. Maybe he hits a little bit of dribble drive, kick out, something of the sorts. It is the most fun watching Mark Sears get to the basket and seemingly have no passing lanes and then pass it around like five guys for a wide open three. I can just see it. They can see it, and I think plus 500 is a good value bet for that.
So a couple more just straight money line bets on Saturday. NC State plus 340. Obviously, I think if you put my life on it, I probably would say that I think Purdue wins this game. The prices are just outrageous. I mean, I feel like NC State should probably be like plus 195, plus 200 in this game. So, I don't know. I just really like the number. And then I also like Seton Hall over Indiana State. Just boils down to the success that the Big East had in the big tournament. Obviously, Villanova out in the first round of the NIT. Marquette and Creighton did. Did Marquette lose in the Sweet 16? I know Creighton did. I can't remember. Who put Marquette up? Yeah, they did.
Yeah, Marquette
Do you remember?
Put out by Duke. Right? Yeah, they got put
No.
out by Duke.
Is that right? I don't think that's right. I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure that's right. Actually,
do some research while I keep talking.
They got put out by NC State. I'm like 90% sure that's right.
I just clicked on ESPN and like an ad started playing through my headphones. So loud.
Got put out by NC State in the Sweet 16. Just looked it up.
That's right. See, okay, but NC State's magical. So yeah, so that's just respect for the conference bet. That's a Big East versus what conference is Indiana State in? I have no idea.
What conference? NC State's in?
Missouri. Missouri Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
So if you're giving me a Big East team against a Missouri Valley team for plus money, give it to me.
I'm on the opposite side of that. I think Indiana State covers here, minus 2.5. They've lost 3 games all year. They were snubbed out of the tournament because they didn't win their conference tournament. And, I mean, they were picked by a lot of people as a lock to make the tournament and a sleeper team and the tournament, drawing some comparisons to JMU and other schools that had a lot of hype surrounding them from a mid-major level. Give me Indiana State. I mean, plus they got that guy with the goggles, and he's so much fun to watch. I don't even know what his name is, but fan favorite. I would love to root for him.
His nickname is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I love that. That guy is he's so much fun to watch. Honestly, that's kind of like half the reason why I pick him.
Long shots. These are kind of dumb, but I'm going to bet them because it would be awesome if they hit. So NC State, Purdue to go to overtime is plus 1,300. Alabama, UConn to go to overtime is plus 1,500. So, a quarter unit on both those just to celebrate for something. If Bama's down 3 and they hit a 3 to go into overtime, that would be absolutely electric. So I'm just going to hope for something like that, maybe a free throw off in NC State Purdue that eventually leads in a missed buzzer beater to go to overtime. You just got to try to visualize these scenarios before you bet them. And I don't know, I could see both these games going to overtime, and we're getting a really good price on them because of how big the spreads are.
Yeah. Going off of the long shots, these are my real picks for the games. I think Purdue ends up covering 9.5 against NC State. I think it's a bad matchup for DJ Burns. And I think Bama ends up hanging around, keeping it close, keeping it under 10, ultimately losing. But 10's a big price out there, and Bama can make some shots and keep it relatively within reach down the stretch. Give me Bama plus 11.5.
Ooh. If you want to call them actual bets at even odds, I like both the overs. 146 in NC State Purdue and 116.5 in Bama UConn. I just think the offenses are going to shine in all these games, kind of how they have the entire tournament. We're going to have guys trying to stay out of foul trouble, especially in NC State Purdue game, obviously. And I don't know. I think Bama UConn's going to be fun. It's going to be a shootout. They're going to be playing fast. I know 160 is a big number, but I could see both these being instant classics. They go way over. They both go into overtime. Yeah,
It's all about visualizing.
be able to see it. If you can't see it, why bet it? You know.
I do have two more. I like. This is just boring, but it's boring in a sense that both of these teams are just better. Halftime, full-time parlay with Purdue and UConn, both doing the halftime and the full-time money lines in both games.
UConn and Purdue double result parlay.
Yep.
What are the odds on it?
I just think it's even odds.
What?
I think that it's even odds. Yeah.
Ew, that is disgusting. No way. Oh, Jake.
I like it. I like it.
It's the worst bet I've ever heard in my entire life.
Says the man that is betting NC State over Bama in the Natty exact outcome.
At plus 6,000. It's not even odds. You're taking
it's
a four.
Odds. It's even odds because those teams are just better. NC State lost 14 games in the regular season. I know they're hot, but Purdue is just way better than them.
When you say
UConn
even
has
odds,
looked like one of the best teams.
I'm
saying
like
even
minus,
odds.
Is it like plus 100 when you put it in?
Yeah.
120.
No, it's like plus 100.
It is.
No, I deleted it off my phone.
I'm sure you did. But yeah, no. I mean, you don't want anything exciting to happen in these games. I mean, I get if you had said that was like plus 300, I'd been like, okay, that's smart. But if you're gonna root for that bullshit, dude, it's never mind.
First of all, it's not that exciting. Crazy. It's about making money, and second of all, you were making me put these picks down because I didn't like anything else on the board.
That's you
have no room to talk in any of this. You literally lit $25 on fire.
Mine are fun.
At least yours are fun.
They're fun.
When you lose money.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to have fun watching the games. You're not good enough to. You're not gonna make money on gambling. You're not good enough. Neither am I. Might as well have a good time doing it. Okay.
I don't willingly just lose my money. Whatever. We'll move past.
I'm beating you on the Twitter picks, but neither here nor there. Halftime, full time. I'm like hedging myself. It's another big odds, but if UConn wins, I still want to like have something to root for. So I'm doing halftime, full time. Bama to win the first half, UConn to win the second half, plus 550. Now that's fun. And, this is going to be a roller coaster of a game. Did you not see that happening? Bama, fired up, jumps out to an early lead. Dan Hurley, halftime, locker room. Guys, what are we doing? Let's get our heads out of our asses. Boom, UConn, dub, plus 550 cash.
I don't hate it. This is my favorite one. Hypothetical. So FanDuel has some hypothetical matchups on their app, but it's not like picking teams to reach the national championships. It's just if those teams reach the national championship, it would be game lines. But Purdue against UConn is plus 200 money line, and their national championship odds are plus 190. So if you like them to win the national championship, they're most likely going to be playing UConn. In the most likely scenario, give me plus 200. And if it gets voided because one of them loses, no loss. But I do think that Purdue has a shot at beating UConn, especially if Donovan Clean gets in foul trouble. I think it's there.
That's a good bet. Just hating on you. But the halftime, full-time for Purdue and UConn, I mean, I'm never going to get over that one, even if it hits, because it probably will hit. Like, let's be honest. I'm, like, all over Bama first half, NC State money line, all these. Like, it's probably going to be both of them are 20-point games. Like, I recognize that. But I don't know. Just got to root for the underdog, man. SEC. But I don't want Bama to win a natty at all.
I don't want them to win a natty. I really hope they actually kind of lose. I'm Purdue trained, honestly.
What? No. Well, Jake, as a UT fan, are you kidding me? Okay, I don't really explain.
Well, first of all,
you're going to get
bracket
roasted.
Challenge that we're doing, $50 entry, big pot. If Purdue makes the natty or wins the natty, I think that I win the bracket challenge.
I think you come in second. I think there's somebody. I did look at it. I think there's someone ahead of you who also has Purdue, if I remember correctly. I think you come in second. If UConn wins it, I think I win it.
Well, I'm saying financial incentive number one.
Yeah.
I am fully rooting for Purdue just because I'll make money if they win. If that is accurate, because sometimes I'm looking at these group like projections on the ESPN app and I'm just confused with how that makes sense. Because right now my bracket's sitting at number 7. And I have a 50% chance of winning the bracket. That makes no sense.
What are mine?
But you have a 0% chance of winning. Yeah, you're ranked 2, but you have a 0% chance of winning.
And me, and he also has UConn. So if UConn wins, he and I come in first and second. Okay, that's what I hope happens. Because then I get like 20% of the pot.
Yeah, I mean, like, so I'm all in on Purdue from that front financially, and then secondly, just like. I don't like the fact that Bama made a Final Four before Tennessee. Because we had both never been there before this season, and then they make it. I don't want them to play for a national championship either.
Yeah,
I don't care the SEC. I don't care.
That's right. You're correct about that. As a Tennessee fan, I definitely want Alabama to win, but also as a Tennessee fan, I definitely want Alabama to lose as a Tennessee fan. But also as a Tennessee fan, I definitely want Purdue to lose because of this year, because of 2019. Carson Edwards, Ryan Klein, Grant Williams, Lamonte Turner, and then also because of the damn football bowl game in Nashville 2 years ago, where who was it? It wasn't Ty Chandler, was it? Who was the running back who reached the ball over the goal line? Jabari Small.
It might have been. It was small. Right? Yeah, it was small.
I don't remember.
It was Jabari
we had a
Small.
running back, and then they didn't give it to him because they said he stopped forward progress. Purdue is just eating us alive in the postseasons in all sports recently. So they have kind of become an enemy. So NC State, UConn, here we go.
I'm UConn Purdue. Honestly, like if I'm looking at it from a financial game perspective, if Bama wins, Purdue has a better chance of beating Bama than they do UConn. So, I mean, I know I just backtracked off of mine. Like, I don't want Bama to advance any farther, but like for me personally, that would help.
Embarrassing.
I'm just telling you how it is.
You're gonna get roasted. It's okay.
I'm not gonna get roasted. You're the guy that is placing over here like plus 6,000 bets.
Fine.
And then giving me the stamp of approval of what do you think if this is a good bet or not over here.
I told you I think it has a good chance of winning. I'm not saying I think it was a bad financial move. I'm saying it was like the most boring bet of all time that would be disgusting to root for. That's all I'm saying. You want nothing exciting to happen? You want Saturday to be boring. That's literally what you bet on. I want the best teams to win the entire game.
I'm a vanilla guy, Will.
Okay. You got anything else?
No. Give me your real predictions as to what's going to happen this weekend with a national championship prediction.
John's going to win it. And I really think the Purdue NC State game could be really fun. We've been fun all tournament. It hasn't really worked out, but I'll say UConn over NC State is my official pick.
I am going to go Purdue over UConn. I think Purdue just blows them out, really. I mean, like, honestly, I could see Alabama beating UConn more than I could NC State beating Purdue. I don't know. I just think that Bama plays this type of style that they could beat anybody on any given night, and then you turn around. And NC State, while they're a fun team to watch and everything, Zach Edey's unstoppable. And that's kind of where that stops. And it's just a bad matchup. Like, if DJ Burns gets him in foul trouble, they're screwed.
I mean, same can be said for Zach Edey. DJ Burns gets him a couple
fouled out all year.
He's
all
crafty,
year he
bro.
Fouled out.
He's going to find some crevices.
We will see, but give me Purdue national championship. All right. I think that about wraps it up for tonight. So it's been a blast this season. Can't wait for this weekend. And we will catch you all next time.